Now it's on.
Oh.
It's gotta be red. One button.
I
That's
was
all
thinking,
you had.
but
Come on.
But I didn't want to press it, because then what if it went away?
And then turned it off. You could have just tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
That's true.
But yeah, definitely listen in on this one.
Okay.
This one is like super fun because they don't come up as much as what the other two ladies are listening to. So like they're gonna give me a shit ton of stuff. Most of it's gonna be garbage, right? Yours, 75% is gonna be accurate.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, thank you.
And I figured Maddie would have a blast with that one too.
Okay, did you remember the questions?
Ours was like, what happened to the mansion?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to get a year, and it's a tragedy. So what happened?
Are you picking up on this?
It's not like giving them.
Nash, you have to pay attention.
It's just country music.
I want to go into that corner right over there. It's freaking me out. Okay, so just like fill us in on what happened, girl.
Talk to your thing.
No, I need to talk to your thing. Your thing doesn't hear me. I mean, my thing doesn't listen. Because this would have been like the entrance to their house. If we're thinking. You have to be listening.
Slug bug.
You can say no fun facts.
I got it, don't worry. Is it Taylor Swift?
This is just so funny that this is what we're doing right now. Like,
Yeah, you gotta lock it.
can't talk on a ghost tour date. I'll call you later. Bye. Can't talk. I'm actively hunting ghosts. Oh, there's somebody. There was somebody and then that light just went on.
This light?
Yeah.
How can I lock that?
Okay, you need to ask it questions. You need to hold up your end of the
I already
bargain.
asked what happened to the building, to the mansion, to the Pickney household.
Hello? Okay, did you pick up on any of that?
No, did you?
You're holding it away from me so I can't hear it.
So, Diesels?
Maybe like fire? Maybe there's a fire? Because there was a great fire in Charleston.
True.
That big ass fire that like burnt everything down. That's
yeah.
probably why it isn't here now. Because it was on East Bay. No,
They
because
probably
it was
didn't have
on East Bay Street.
Diesel.
Well,
Back
it's
then.
current times. Because they said diesel. It's gonna be the Charleston fire. I'm putting it on right now. What is it? 1876.
That would be like a specific tragedy. That's like just everybody got flooded.
That's a tragedy. He's gonna come over here. He's gonna be like, yeah, the fire.
The Great Fire, is that what you call it?
Great fire.
Isn't that Chicago?
There was a Chicago fire too, but there's also there was a Charleston fire.
What happened? What happened? Was it a fire? You like this awesome car? Is that glass? Is that glass by my car?
No, leaves. $1861.
Don't look it up. It's cheating.
How's that cheating?
Did you just look up the fire, like the Charleston fire?
Yeah.
Or-
Oh, that's my shadow. I'm tweaking it out because of my shadow. That girl lighting a cig right now is so real. Give me one.
Should I ask her for one?
Let me
I
get it.
started
Let me get a
smoking.
smack.
A smack.
Oh,
Your pub is in.
those make me want to throw up and die.
Huh?
Zins make me want to throw up and die. I want him to come over here so I could be like, was it the fire? Yes or yes? Oh, it's getting real cold. Oh.
I have a coat in my car if you want it.
Because I'm gonna have to carry the coat and then it's gonna be like this whole time.
Not if you're wearing it.
No, but if I get hot and then I'm gonna have like the
I
coat
can
in
carry
one
it.
arm. No.
Are you sure?
There's somebody.
It's super cozy.
It's super cozy. I don't
just
think
the
that.
outline
I
of the
think that's
building.
okay, but maybe.
I also have a camo coat in there.
Oh,
My navy.
yes.
My navy winter parka.
My navy winter parka. Somebody parks here and I'm just like, what happened? What happened?
Please tell me.
We're gonna rein this one in. I'm gonna explain why. Did you guys hear anything?
Yeah, it's diesel.
Diesel.
Yeah, and a lot of people like random people.
Still crazy?
Well, it was bouncing. Now it's back down low, but it was bouncing. Triple digits of 30, 40s.
So, a couple of things. Cameras, if you want to give your hands a break, by all means, hit that stop button.
Because it's like super cute. Hey, let's freaking go. Hey. We actually went in this alley on the last ghost tour.
Last time was on this one. There's a big Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Who's that?
Max, go ahead and put yours on mute. Did you guys hear anything out of yours? Nothing at all? Amy?
I drove off and I heard go to the right like twice.
Okay.
What did she get twice?
Go to the light.
Something about war.
word list. Give me the last 3 or 4 terms.
Star, supplier, ritual, and Nancy.
Yeah, I got nothing on any of those. And anything on the Ouija board over there, Chrissy?
Just back there, we had the word fix,
Uh-huh.
and it almost looked like the word house, but it was an I instead of a U. Like, will they spell everything correctly? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to write it down just because there is a specific house relative to this particular.
Yeah, it was HOISE.
Okay.
I thought you beat him up.
Oh, perfect here
What?
too.
I thought you beat him up.
Thought you beat 'em up. That works here too. All right, everybody. So here's how this one's going to go. Camera's running. Best shots are not always going to necessarily be on me. So Scott, with yours, it doesn't have to be because we have enough foliage in here for the thermal differences. Robbie's got it down. We want a shot of the alley going one way or the other, so it doesn't necessarily have to be on a person. Maddie, you got yours down too. Perfect. So this place is called the Philadelphia Alley. And by the way, I sincerely apologize for really scooting us out of there rather quickly. Again, just the only time where I've really like, all right, we got to go right now. So yeah, it's only happened, again, from the 2 times where I've had to cancel the tour in the middle of it. Maybe 2 other times where we were just getting some really nasty messages where I said, we got to go, kind of mentality. So congrats, you were part of the top ranking 10 of tours I've actually had to scoot us along rather quick. So good job, Abigail. It's all about you right now. So glad to help.
I'm here, yeah.
So, Philadelphia Alley. This used to be called Duelers Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. This particular alley is a staple for every ghost tour in town. This was the space I was going to take out this year, but Dr. Ladd likes to follow me around town and just give me messages all over the place. So it's really hard to take this out of my route. So on the weekends, I'm definitely going to be coming back here. So welcome. Every ghost tour tells you the same story. I'm just going to give you a few extra details because you're ghost hunting. So here's how this one goes. A doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. So Chrissy, that's your first clue right there. You're looking for the letters R-I in that order for Rhode Island. The doctor's name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you listening to your spirit boxes, if the song Brown Eyed Girl comes up while we're here, it's not coincidence, it's part of the doctor's name. We get it all the time. So just kind of be aware of that. Anyway, Dr. Ladd moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. No, her name was not Nancy, Miss Ruth. So Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash that she just received. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money, so he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. Dr. Ladd goes down here to Charleston to prove that he's not after Amanda's money. And on his way into town, the coachman that he had set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a very good start to his stay here in Charleston. By the way, this bad coachman is kind of like having a bad Uber driver today, so kind of keep that in mind. Somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen with this coachman trying to kill the newcomer, and the person walking by was named Ralph Isaacs. Do those initials sound familiar, Chrissy? R.I. So when we actually get the letters R.I., I was getting them out of regular spirit boxes. This is the reason why I have the device that Chrissy's using. I wanted to verify the letters, because again, it can be hard when people are trying to spell things on the radio, right? So I've had it about half a dozen times in the past year that I've had that device that Chrissy's holding. Keep that in mind. Ralph tells the doctor, dude, I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. I got friends at 59 Church Street. There's your house that you misspelled earlier. So 59 Church Street is where Ralph has some friends that can rent the doctor a room. The doctor took him up on the offer. They became friends. Now, the longer the doctor's...
Weird, because I mentally made a note of 59 Church Street earlier today.
Why would
When
you do
I was
that?
doing the tour, I thought it was the pink color I liked, but I wasn't sure.
No, the house is actually yellow.
Yeah, it could have been 89, but I was like, is it 59 or 89? But
Interesting.
anyway, go ahead.
I'm just trying to think of the address of that.
There was a blue house somewhere there, but I kept saying, 59, but it couldn't have
59
been.
is definitely yellow.
Okay.
I know that as well. And so the doctor's making more money, and Amanda gets wind of this. And she's moving down soon, so they can be married. And Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor. Here's why I hate this story. Whistling ghosts are a cliche. Everywhere you're going to go, as far as a haunted city, they all have a whistling ghost. Ours just happens to be a doctor. But anyway, we're going to talk about those whistles in just a few minutes because they are a legitimate thing, unfortunately. We have caught them with my routes. So Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He gets better seats. So they're on the way home from talking about the play that they just saw and the new actress, and Dr. Ladd thought she was great, and Ralph didn't. It turned into an argument, Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiance back home in Rhode Island. It got really ugly and they go their separate ways. Ralph has friends around town. He goes to his friends at the newspaper and tells them to place an ad for him, telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a "you're a disgrace to society" kind of bullshit. Doc saw the ad in the paper and said, "We're going to go to Dueler's Alley. We're going to settle this once and for all." So they came down, they took their 10 paces away from each other, they turned, and the doctor pointed his gun in the air and shot. He didn't want to kill his friend, he just wanted to have the courage to show up. But Ralph has his one bullet. He puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. So the doc didn't die. He fell to the ground, his friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street. He dies 10 days later, November 2nd of 1786. I'm going to point out two things. He refused medical treatment. It's 1786 because gunshot wounds back then are a lot different than we know of them now. Secondly, he's a doctor, guys. He probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself. So he obviously failed because he died. Every ghost tour tells you as you walk through here, listen for the whistles. Everybody hears how quiet it is right now except for the wind coming through and a little air conditioning unit running up the way. Now, it is always this quiet, even on a busy Saturday afternoon. If you're going to try this on your own and walk all the way through the alley, and you're going to try to capture the whistles with your voice recorders from your phone, keep in mind every local knows the damn story. Anybody walking up and down Plain Street or Cumberland, we all throw a whistle down the alley. So, including me, exactly. With that said, it was you. I looked straight at you. I heard it.
Does that song beat Skip? Did you do anything? Does that come
No, not to me it doesn't. And I always throw a whistle down here since I've been thrown out. Let me explain. That's the fun part of the story. It got some of your attention. Some of you snapped your head pretty quick. So here's how this goes. Also shows you how far I take my research. This alley didn't go all the way through the way we came in. There was a wall up there, about halfway between me and Cumberland Street. The reason why is because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. It used to be called Cow Alley before it was Dueler's Alley. So cows, chickens, and goats were down here. What does that mean for you guys? That means that the bricks on the other side, down by Queen Street, are older than the bricks we're standing on. Those bricks down there are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child in one of the bricks, along with fingerprint swipes in others. I used to take my groups all the way through to show them that as a history lesson. There's nothing paranormal about it. Remember how I treat graves. That kid is not at that brick, because that's exactly how I treat the brick, just like a grave. So, November 26th of 2020, my entire group of 10, because I'm sold out, and they're all huddled around that brick waiting for something to happen with the gear that I handed out. I'm trying to shoo them along because I know nothing's going to happen, but we're also outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I'm trying to be respectful, and I didn't realize that I was out of bounds for tours. I was still new at this. So the new owner of that mansion came out screaming. My daughter thought it was hysterical because her dad's getting yelled at. She was on the tour that night. We moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving because I worked in upper management for Walmart for over 10 years, and you guys all like to fight over towels. You guys have scarred me for life. I don't do Thanksgiving. The next day, I called my partner. It's the 28th of November. I called my partner that I had at the time. He doesn't work with me anymore. And I told him what happened, and he laughed at me just like my daughter did and said, "Dude, you're only allowed to go down halfway, otherwise it's residential. You're not allowed to go down. Reroute your group." Told my group that night because it is Black Friday, and I'm sold out again. I don't believe in the next story because I've never had anything happen over there, and I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. We're obviously going to be discussing pirates next, in case you're going to catch on to that. However, somebody with a spirit box, here's the name Anne. I didn't tell them which pirate we're going to be investigating, the famous female pirate, Anne Bonny. So I was kind of like, oh shit, maybe we're going to get something. We get up and around the corner, I told them a little bit about pirates because I didn't know very much, and I basically told them I really wasn't sure what was going to happen. Somebody else with a spirit box heard the number 300. I didn't know what that one meant, so I wrote it down. I'm doing the research for them. Turns out we were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. I normally get like, oh, that's pretty cool stuff, like head nods from you guys. I was actually pissed off. Let me explain. I have a master's degree in creative writing and a couple of other degrees in writing as well. I need facts and data no matter what I'm writing. If I'm ghost hunting, I definitely need facts and data. Pirate stories come from pirate lore. That's a problem for me. Because pirate lore was written 100 years after the golden age of piracy. None of it is accurate. You have to read a whole hell of a lot more books to be able to figure out what the hell's legit and what's not. Everything we're about to discuss came from a minimum of 2 resources. Just kind of keep that in mind. That was my criteria. I read most books on pirates, played more video games, and watched more documentaries on pirates than everybody here combined. Trying to make sure like what we had was a legit enough story. So we're going to get out of this group's way because they're going to be kind of going down a little bit further. You're good. You're good.
I'm digging deep for a popsicle.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got its square right.
Cut that out.
Ruth, where you at? Ruth, have you had anything show up on your list that I need to know about before we leave the space?
Yes, I've had who's, and then I had hail, and then I had care, work, spring, starting.
Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Too big for me. I like very definitive things. Any EMF readings at all? 2.8. And that's because of the lamppost. So I'll debunk those right away. Emil, you have any readings?
I had one. It bounced to 7.31. That's it.
I usually say with yours, I require an 8 or above because of the lampposts.
Yeah,
Anybody else
nothing though.
hear anything? I know Nash, you're on mute. Anything crazy on those cameras?
No.
And Maddie, because you're sideways, we're all gonna have to watch the video like this. There you go. I know you were kind of spot checking.
Yeah,
yours.
we're good.
So, anything on your thing I need to know?
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah, too easy. All right. So, by the way, the gate behind me, I like to point this guy out to before we leave the space, before you go learn about rated R pirates, and nobody laughed at my dad joke, so thanks for that. The gate behind me. Remember, I told you that the alley didn't go all the way through the way we came in. In the event that there was a loser to the duel over this way, this was the shortcut to get to the cemetery on the other side. So. A lot of locals don't know that actual little piece of nugget history. I just like to throw it out there. I call it the death.
Arr. I can't believe we're doing this again. Arr.
What's a pirate's
Okay.
favorite letter?
Is it R?
No, it's actually this.
Oh, that's funny. Funny laugh. Haha. Let's see. Oh my god. What if I put it up of like just me and there was just like a statue behind me?
Like a something like this.
Yeah.
Someone you wouldn't be able to see it.
Me and another stick figure?
Oh shit.
How am I supposed to catch stuff when it's just like this? I'm not gonna catch anything. Have you?
Pull it that way.
No, that's a car. My bad, didn't realize. He kept flipping the video. Come on. Listen! Listen! Listen, Linda! You're taking a very important work call right now?
300.
Really?
Take you out.
St. Philip's Church. Hi.
Oh my god, I got
And the circular church is right there. Did you actually get Philip?
the one.
Maybe I'm just... That's the circular church and then St. Philip's.
Nash, what'd you get?
I got 300.
On money, huh? Anything, Ruth? Anything coming out of yours?
300. I got 300.
Any wooden HUH.
H-U-H? Is there an S in front of that by chance?
No, just HUH. So there's a who's. Right afterwards it's got who's. And then it's got HUH.
Zero.
Chrissy, you got anything?
My
So
fave.
the walls are shaking. That was heard from both spirit boxes, by the way. Actually makes complete sense over here. I don't know how many tours you guys have been taking around town, but the original Charlestown walls was Cumberland Street. That was one of the walls. So
Yeah,
heard
I
that,
didn't
and you
know
guys
that
ran into space. Like, I'm not surprised. So we'll kind of see if anything else
got bat.
What is it?
Bat.
Like BAT? Still spelling something. Did you have something else that was spelled besides the word fix? I wrote down that for you.
House
Yeah.
fix.
Yeah, I know Charleston history. Don't even play with me.
Bats.
That's the old,
Does that mean they're gonna like come
what's it
out
called,
like
where they stored all the gunpowder
Like I'm
and
going to
stuff.
turn into a bunch of bats? 'cause
It
I'm in the vampire?
BATS, yeah.
70s and 80s.
It's really cool.
Like 70s
It is
and
really
80s
cool.
music. Did you get that too?
Alright, so let's regroup over here, guys. Let's get in a little bit tighter. We're going to cover the history here. We will be able to spread out. Again, we're going to stay away from this because we got about 5 or 6 cars in here. They'll probably be leaving at the same time that we are going through this. I bring this back here, but we're going to be discussing that little building up there. Did you guys notice the little crosses or the big crosses on there? Those aren't crosses. Those are earthquake bolts. If you're not familiar with those because you're not from here, they're basically turnbuckles. So the whole point of them is that if we have another earthquake like what we did in 1886, which we haven't, by the way, you can turn those turnbuckles. It tightens the building so it doesn't incur further damage. It's a great idea. It just doesn't work. Yeah. Well, we do now. I was going to point out. So the apartment building behind it has them on every single floor. They're just not as large. You guys have been seeing those all over town in the form of Charleston charm bullshit, like lion heads and tigers and shit. So yeah, it's just part of the Charleston charm. It just doesn't work. It's a weird thing. But I bring those up on purpose because they're actually part of the reason why we're here. Those big ones on that little building, which by the way, that's the Gunpowder magazine. It's a museum now. It's a great $5 to spend if you want to learn about architecture. But anyway, I'm not an advocate for the building, but those big ones are the first set that Charleston ever put in. The reason why is that building is the oldest government building in South Carolina. It was finished in 1713. We are here because this building was being constructed at the same time that Anne Bonny was coming here to start her new life. That's the whole point. This is what I call a familiar. For those of you that watch the TV shows, you have seen that new device. They call it a Boo Buddy. It's a teddy bear with a little blinky light EMF meter in it. They use it to attract a child ghost because they would recognize it as a toy. Think of that concept with this building. There's not many buildings this old in Charleston, and Anne would hopefully recognize it. Fingers crossed she will be here at the same time that we are. Now, the building took 10 years to build. Does that sound like our government? Small building? 10 years? No, not at all. So our history begins right in the middle of it. I will slow down on the twists just to make sure everybody grabs them, but I will speed through everything else because there's a lot of information here, and then we'll be able to fully investigate the whole space. Now, 1708, a young lady moves here from Ireland. Her name is Anne Cormack. She comes here with her father and his mistress. The mistress is Anne's mother. Is everybody with me? I think so. Looks like it. Now, the three of them are running away from her father's angry wife. How pissed was that woman that she kicked them out of the damn country when there's no airplanes, fellas? So if you're here with your lady friend, make sure you're nice to her. She'll kick you all the way up to Canada. And then we do have planes. A lot easier to do that nowadays. But anyway, so they land in Georgetown. That's between us and Myrtle Beach. Kind of gives you that idea. That's where they live. When they land, Dad bought a plantation, but Mom dies pretty quickly. That means Dad is now sending young Anne from Georgetown all the way down here to Charlestown to sell things from that plantation to keep things afloat. Hence the familiar building. Now, back home in Ireland, they say Anne was kind of a badass even when she was a little girl. At the age of 7, 8, 9 years old, remember it's pirate lore, nothing is exact, they say she killed a servant with a knife to the belly. I'm just giving you the mentality of this young lady as we go through her history. Now, fast forward, the building's done, but by 1715, 2 years after that, pirates are starting to come through Charlestown. Anne is stoked. The reason why, she's going to fall in love with one of these gents so that way she can earn her freedom, just like a man. So the first guy she falls in love with, and I said first because there's a handful, that's what makes the damn story so good. We're going to go through all these gentlemen. First guy is James Bonny. You already see where this one's going because I've already told you her pirate name. Dad didn't approve, they ran away to Jamaica, they got married, Anne Cormack becomes Anne Bonny. However, when she gets down there, she realizes her new husband is not the Captain Jack Sparrow that she was hoping for. This guy turns out to be a privateer, which means he's a spy for the British. He's a coward. This isn't who she wanted. She falls in love again. Guy number 2. This is John Rackham, but everybody calls him Calico Jack. This is the guy they based your Johnny Depp character off of, in case you were wondering who this guy is. Jack has his own ship, he has his own crew. Anne wants to be part of the crew, but you can't put a female on a pirate ship. Does anybody know why you can't put a female on a pirate ship? I usually get 30 answers from somebody. It's bad luck. Thank you, Chrissy, for keeping it family friendly. Good job, Emil.
No kids here.
I normally, if I do have kids, trust me, I don't throw that question out because you guys all shuffle your feet like I'm not answering that with little Johnny here. But anyway, now with that said, he makes a deal with her. If you dress like a guy, look like the crew, you can be part of the crew. She's okay with this because Dad used to cross-dress her as a boy apprentice back home in Ireland to hide her from his wife. She gets it. It's a man's world. But we are all adults here, and we could put 2 and 2 together. She is a female in his quarters. She's eventually going to get pregnant. You cannot have a pregnant pirate dude on the crew. Somebody will figure out that she's a girl. So before she starts to show her pregnancy, Jack drops her off in Cuba. Have the baby here, come back later, we'll figure it out. She goes and has that baby, but returns without a child. We have no idea what happened to the baby, by the way. So if you ask her and get a direct answer, I can't prove it. It's personal to you. Now anyway, she does come back dressed as a female as well. This makes Jack pretty pissed off. Now, to make him even more pissed off, she's gonna go flirting with the pirate crew he just captured. They're down below deck. Guy number 3, in case you lost track. Guy number 3 turns out to be a female, dressed like a guy to be part of the crew that Calico Jack just captured. So now we have 2 females, dressed like males, trying to be pirates. You guys getting my point? Lots going on here. Now, this young lady's name was Mary Reed. She went by Mark Reed to become a pirate. Now, Mary and Anne became friends, maybe lovers, we're not really certain because of the time frame, but the British find out where they are. They send a fleet of ships to come take down one pirate ship. The rumor is that Anne and Mary were the only 2 pirates to come up with 1 bullet flintlocks because all the other pirates were too drunk to come up and fight. So, 1 bullet flintlocks out of 2 ladies are not going to work very well against a whole fleet of Navy ships. They get arrested. As they're being arrested, Anne looks at her captain in bow, Calico Jack, and she says, "I'm sorry to see you here, but if you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog." The word dog shows up a lot on your communication devices.
She ate them.
So, the judge wants to see the 2 men, quote unquote, that fought back so valiantly on their own. He's already tried and hung Calico Jack and the drunk pirates that wouldn't fight, so they're dead and gone. The 2 ladies go in front and reveal their gender. The judge could give a shit that they are female. He's still pirates. He's still going to hang them. They scream out, "We plead our bellies," because you cannot hang a pregnant woman in 1720. It's illegal. So he sends them both back to jail and delays the hanging. Dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. He bails out Anne and brings her home. She remarries. That's husband number 2, but guy number 4, because we're going to count married. We don't really know. She has 4 kids, dies at the age of 84. Very abrupt ending because we don't know squat about her after her pirate career. Mary Reed, however, died 5 months later in that Jamaican jail from whatever pirates die from in a Jamaican jail. Use your imagination. Call it scurvy. I don't care. Most books will tell you that it was fever. Make it nice and simple. Here's what I left out of the story. I'm not going to control the environment like what we did at the Pinckney Mansion. You can ask whatever you want to here because she is kind of a snarky pirate. So, I did leave out the names of Anne Bonny's parents. I did not tell you what those were. That's the father and the mistress. I didn't tell you the name of the city that she grew up in, Ireland, the name of Calico Jack's ship, and the color of her hair. Everything else is fair game. Ask whatever the hell you want to. If you get a direct answer, please let me know what that direct answer is. What is going on around this corner? This is crazy madness. I haven't seen a Saturday this busy since like 4th of July weekend. Like, this is nuts. I feel like I'm screaming at you guys. EMF, I'm actually more excited about EMF on this back half, gentlemen. So the closer you get over there, you do have 2 electrical poles with the transformers that are lower and the electrical lines of the parking meters over there. So don't get too excited about anything over there. And then cameras, again, nice slow movements out of here, and we'll see what we can capture. I didn't get a chance to talk to Maddie at the Pinckney Mansion, so I think I'm going to talk to her first about some of the things that I found on the camera. But definitely get your spirit boxes unmuted, crank them up, and I'll do my round robin and see what we got going on in here. Hopefully we don't get 300 milligauss EMF like what we had in the Pinckney Mansion. Yeah, we expect zeros. I'm actually excited about a 2.5 here, so believe it or not. Okay, so I'm sure you've noticed, and you can keep that unmuted because I want to listen in, that it will pick up on shadows. Okay, I'm sure it's not a dead person on the ground, it's you.
Yeah.
So I
Oh
usually
my
like to
God.
point that out. And of course it's going to pick up on all the outlines of the buildings around us. So I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to really chit-chat with you guys at the first location, but like that's one thing. Like people say, what's the scariest shit? That's the scariest shit that I see when it could affect me. But again, nice slow motions out of this. We have caught a few things in here, but like if there was you could only see one person with your own eyes standing over there, you'd be like, hey Ann, if that's you, raise a right foot or do something specific. But those are the things that we've caught with it so far. I've had it about a year. That sounded like an AOL signal,
Right?
Like just kind of came through. Have you heard anything else out of there that I need to know?
No.
Just the 300.
Yeah. Well, we're past the 300 year anniversary. That's the problem. It's just funny that you heard it after I said it.
Yeah.
Inside the store. sorry. It's my job to listen to that thing, so...
Pick up on everything.
Well, I listen to the recordings, like what Amy and Dorothy are doing. I do them every morning, so it is kind of my expertise to listen to a spirit box. I'm something. He's doing the right thing. Like, he wants a little bit of reception, just not too much. That's why I say don't use the antenna.
No antennas. Okay.
What was your name? Aaron something? What were your parents' names?
Oh, look at that.
I think that's just,
No, I think I want her to give me a little wave. Stick your right leg out.
you think she's like 12 feet tall? Should I go walk through that group over there?
Put your right hand in, put your right foot out. Put your right foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
Wasn't this loud earlier?
Your camera, by the way, loves backup. So if you're filming something you've seen in the past, it's whoever you're filming, your camera.
Instead of going
Okay.
Alright, because you two kind of have recent driving, you guys are going to be part of the experiment for the next location. So the next location, Robbie, I'm going to take you. You're going to actually take the camera off of her.
Boy. It's not working. It can't see you. Are you getting anything out of her?
getting a lot of like.
Wah, wah, wah. Hey, girl. Oh, guy's taking a leak.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like horse.
It smells like shit. Yeah, smells like the countryside. I miss the countryside. Sounds like a farm.
Not like home.
That's what my dad says every single time. Okay, girl. What color was your hair? Real question. Isn't that Don't Let the Sound of Your try to chase me? You know what song I'm talking about.
I don't know.
We can lose and we may win, but we will never be here again.
Got like I know.
They're jamming. I wonder if it's just picking up on like different people's car radios and what they're listening to right now. Are you kidding?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh shit. I'm gonna get caught. It's Nash. It's your fault for being a fucking skeptic on.
You said I love ghost tours.
I do, I love ghost tours.
Ghost tours. Is that not heavy?
No, it low-key is. Why do I have to do all the hard things?
You want to squat?
No. Because you're not figuring out what I think and I wouldn't be able to process it quick enough. I don't want it to be on me.
I'm hard of hearing, so.
I'm hard of hearing.
Huh?
No.
This one's oh my god. There's some dude that can make moves.
And I have a camera. Oh my god, you can see the stars.
Huh?
You can see the stars.
You can. It's surprising, like, with all the
Boom.
lights.
And so, boom. You can really see the moon. Okay. Okay. Oh. That guy caught something. I don't know what. Whew.
Cold?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little chilly. Okay, I'm catching up with something. He said that I was supposed to get, like, stuff.
He said he wasn't going to sell you on any bullshit. And then you might get something.
Womp womp.
That's what he said earlier. He was just like, it's such great weather, but I see Nash blowing in his hands.
Yeah, you got caught.
I'm chilly.
I'm
just
chilly.
a boy.
I'm just a boy. Okay. What is going on? I just know she's getting like fucking possessed or whatever.
What?
In the box, she's getting like possessed or something. I just know it.
Did you do that, like, tour thing?
No. I just read about it.
Were you reading?
Because I know things and I can read. Yeah, so boom. Yeah, so
Were you
boom.
just like Charleston history?
You walked past it, so I looked it up
Oh,
and I
had a
figured
thing.
out what it was.
Looks like
Because
it's
I
about
was
to come
curious. Huh?
back. No, looks like it's about to come back.
Probably, realistically. It's kind of fucking old. It's like 300 years old.
That's not that. 300.
Comparatively?
That's how old Chief Keef is.
Comparatively, it's the oldest building in Charleston.
Apparently,
Okay.
Compared to what? Comparatively.
To all of the buildings in Charleston, it's old.
They're all old.
It's the first government building in Charleston.
So I guess comparatively, it's the oldest of the government buildings.
It's the oldest government building in Charleston.
That's what I just said.
Okay.
You just
I didn't
rearrange-
hear you.
just rearrange
I didn't hear you.
words.
It's fine. I just want you to stop doing odd shit. This is how I feel during this. There's a stick figure. I see a ghost. Ah.
You look like you're holding your like 4-year-old toddler's iPad while he eats.
What? What are you talking about?
I didn't say.
What are you yapping about over there?
Yapaholic.
Serving cunt and catching ghosts.
Huh?
Serving cunt and catching ghosts.
Serving cotton.
Serving cunt
Oh,
and catching ghosts. Obvi.
me for real.
I-S-E, spelled properly? Yeah. Anything crazy?
No, nothing crazy.
Guys, come on.
We're
I'm
like, yeah.
trying.
Fire.
I'm putting on my ghost hat too, and I'm like, come to me. Come to me, ghosts. Ask her what her
We
hair.
have gold doubloons. I hope no one takes it from us.
I hope nobody takes this
This
grand
chest.
doubloon.
This chest full of gold.
She's
on
gonna
a
get
boat.
pissed. She's gonna be like, fuck you. Ask about her hair color.
What is your hair color? Ah, I've never heard of that one.
Wow, it seems really pretty. Did she say red?
What was your parents' name? I don't know why I'm talking into it instead of just talking aloud. That makes you feel better.
We will do whatever. It's like Justin Bieber starts playing through. Ugh.
That wasn't me.
Yes, it was. You got caught. I have video cam footage of you.
Alright, guys, let's rein it in.
Do you think I could put the camera
Just
down?
about to get started.
We were so close. Do I pause it? Yes or yes?
Yeah. Yes or yes?
Yes or yes?
No, why?
Are you sure?
Do you want to not hold it?
No, I'll do it.
I'll do it here.
I just figured you'd want to try it out.
Oh my god, this is so light. That's heavy.
No, that's heavier than this. You have to hold it up, and you gotta sell it.
Okay, we are going to circle around nice and tight so we can make sure we get good footage. And then of course, you have to spot. So here's how this is going to go. Amy, you're not going to be able to hear me. So in the event that you are too loud, because we do have neighbors, which are not this on, I'm just going to tap you on the shoulder. And that's just why now. Other people, yeah, be a big problem. When we're done, he's going to tap you on the leg. That means you take off your own gear. There's no time that's going to touch you. Obviously, you're going to be able to hear me because you're just going to have a headset on. But you are going to be able to hear a bunch of things. Say whatever you hear, including the words yes or no. I may ask our ghost if I'm wearing a black vest. I'm expecting you to say yes to verify that it's you. Okay, so that's kind of how this one works. You're going to be seeing images created by AI. My phone's going to be in there. So if my wife is sending you dirty messages, you have to let me know what they are. Because again, that's how this one goes. So those images, you might get 1, you might get 12. I never know. I don't know what they're going to look like. I don't know what they are. Keep it simple because she's probably going to be saying a lot of different things. By the way, did you figure out your blindfold? It doesn't go all the way around your head, by the way. It's about an inch. So no, you can't figure it out. Okay. It's okay. So with your imagery, just give us 2 people, bench, tree. That's kind of what I'm looking for. In the event that she's not giving me much, I may ask you probing questions. What's the time period? What are they wearing? What gender are they? That kind of thing. So just give it to me simple and kind of take it from there. Glasses, put that over your glasses if you want to. It's completely up to you. That's where you're first. Last night I was mad that I didn't make an explainer message. I can't. that she's going to be filming the entire thing, so that way you guys can see how this actually go down. I will not give you the history tonight. You will have to wait for the recordings. I only keep you guys under for 10 minutes, just so you guys have that idea. Let me get this puppy started. And the minute Amy puts those headphones on, turn the spirit box all the way up so you can't hear me. And I will test to make sure you can hear me, and that's when we start.
I got Shiloh and like the Dirty Dancing song.
Yep. Okay, so it's 11:01, and I can definitely hear her spirit box. Amy, what color is a blue banana? Okay, she can't hear me. Perfect. So Henry, we're going to start things off nice and slow, like we always do. Can you tell us, I mean, you were already giving Amy some clues, but I want to start it off nice and easy. Can you tell us something about your occupation? I'm setting up the green box, so that way you can use that too. Give us something about your occupation.
When do I start saying?
Whenever you start hearing things. All you'll have to do is look straight ahead, and I don't know if you've ever used one of these, but this is your focus in case it's blurry. Henry? Looks like we had a little trouble with the start time, so if you could tell us something about your occupation, that would be great. You're going to see gray smoke in there, Robbie, but an image will appear before it. It's not going to be in the gray smoke.
Yeah, I see it blue eyes.
Okay, blue eyes. This is how it looks like.
Yeah.
Is it like a great furry mustache, or is it
Better, unlike more, it's just, it has some stuff going on.
Okay. Anything else in that image?
It's showing that.
Yeah, they don't stay up there long. And I'm not sure if that was you in the image, but we're looking for something about your occupation. She doesn't say anything in the next like 30 seconds. We're going to look at her headphones and we're going to tell her for a number of times. Sometimes people get in there and think they're supposed to memorize everything.
Two battles.
Two battles. There we go. We're going straight into the war, Henry. So can you tell us about the war? Which war did you serve in?
You are.
Which war did you serve in?
Shake hands.
Shaking hands during the war. I believe shaking hands during the war, but sometimes things pop up for you.
Prison.
Henry, can you tell us what happens to you on the battlefield?
Yeah, there's a horse,
You know
there's
that.
some gravestones.
I do know what happens, Henry. We're looking for verification that you're here. Kind of already know that you are based on what Amy's already heard from you. Let's get a little bit more detail. Let's answer my questions correctly. What's going on there?
Just hanging out in the graveyard. Like,
Posted up in the graveyard.
I guess, or something.
Can you tell us what you did about the road when you came back home to Charleston? What did you do about it? How did you help out?
He's shy.
Henry, talk to us about the war. You're the one that went right into it.
All night long.
Your AC/DC song. Good job. Henry, tell us more about the war, please. We'll take images too. Just show us what you did about the war when you came home. We're here with Sexual. We're going to group you. Which is an odd thing. First Saturday. Henry, is somebody else here with you? A bunch of letters going off back there. What do you got?
Nothing that spells anything. Mm-mm.
So earlier, which fifth grade? Talk about your disease now?
thing in the middle. It looks like a reflection, but a mouth maybe moving.
And you guys will all be able to see his images before we part ways. Like, I'll be able to show them to you, and it'll be in your. I give them all to you.
Henry's gone. He said, not tonight. Not tonight, y'all.
Can't do that.
I didn't expect mine to be that loud.
Anybody else getting anything on their devices?
No. 76.
She thinks she's fooling us. Don't play.
Somebody else is here with you and let you know what their first name is. Watch that funnel.
Yeah, it got really cold.
Henry.
I'm like,
Robbie would like to not fall asleep in there.
I've been here before. Bring us out.
I know. They usually make you that deal just to try to get something out of you. Show you we mean no harm. We're learning.
Red.
Henry. I'm not giving you as much of anything.
Henry. Henry, I'm gonna have a storm talking to you.
Definitely.
State.
Two of them. One looks like it actually has maybe a deadbolt style thing in the middle of it. They're shaped different though.
Inhuman.
That's gonna be it. He's gonna
They're on
possess
a
her.
wooden box too. That helps.
I'm gonna honor my word here, Henry. You give us a good image. Can you say goodnight?
760.
You're going twice. Twice. Alright guys, stop your videos. Try and give us hands a break. I'll get